Now we prove a theorem related to the equivalence relation on a set of subsets. If A is a set, R is an equivalence relation on A and A, B are elements of A, then either the intersection of these two classes will be phi or these classes will be equal. Now we see this statement of the theorem is of the form if P then Q or R, where P is the statement A is a set, R is an equivalence relation on A and A, B are elements of A, and Q is the statement A intersection B is equal to phi and R is the statement that the two classes are equal. To prove the theorem, we will prove the logical equivalent statement, that is, if P and not Q, then R. So we are supposing P and not Q at the same time and then concluding that R must be the conclusion. Same can be done with the R. So this can also be done by P and not R then Q. So we will prove the following. If A is a set, R is an equivalence relation on A and AB are the elements of A, and A intersection B, class of A intersection class of B is not equal to phi, then class of A must be equal to class of B. So then से पहले पहले जितनी भी हमारे पास टर्म्स है गिवन वो हमारा हाइपोथेसिस बनेंगी and then we will reach the conclusion that the two classes are equal. Now the proof is, suppose A is a set, R is an equivalence relation and on A and B are elements of A, and A, the class of A intersection class of B is not equal to phi. We must show that class of A is equal to class of B. Since class of A intersection class of B is not equal to phi, there exists an element X in A such that X belong to both the classes, and by the definition of intersection, X belong to the class of A and X belong to the class of B, and so X is related to A and X is related to B by definition of class. Since R is symmetric, since it is equivalence relation and X is related to A, then A must be related to X. But R is also transitive since it is an equalization, and so since A is related to X and X is related to B, A must be related to B. Now A and B satisfy the hypothesis of the previous theorem, hence by that theorem the class of A must be equal to the class of B. So अगर किसी भी इक्वलेंस रिलेशन में दो एलिमेंट्स आपस में रिलेट कर जाएं तो वो सेम क्लास के मेंबर होंगे. Now we see another example of equivalence classes of congruence modulo 3. Let R be the relation of congruence modulo 3 on the set Z of integers, that is for all integers m and n, m is related to n if and only if 3 divides m minus n, and which means that m is congruent to n mod 3. So both the statement are equivalent. Describe the distinct equivalence classes of R. So for each integer a, the class of A will be X belong to the set of integers such that X is related to A, which means that 3 must divides X minus A, and by the divisibility we can write it X minus A is equal to 3k for some integer k. So we need to find all those x which satisfy this equality. So for the class of A, we have x belong to the set of integers such that x is equal to 3k plus A for some integer k. So in particular, when we take the class of 0, we see that x belong to the set of integers such that x is equal to 3k plus 0 for some integer k. And what we need to do is, since k is an integer, we put here values of some integers and get our class. So for 0 we get 0, and for 1 we get 3, and just like that we get 6, 9 and so on. And on the left hand side we see minus 3, minus 6, minus 9 and so on. So this will be the class of 0 under the congruence modulo 3 relation. Just like that, we have a class of 1 by placing 1 at the place of A here and putting different integers, we get this class, and same is the case with 2. Now we know that since 3 is related to 0, so the class of 3 is equal to the class of 0. And more generally, by the same reasoning, we can say that the class of 0 is equal to the class of 3 and minus 3, 6 and minus 6 and so on. And similarly, we have class of 1 is equal to class of 4, since we see that 4 is related to 1, 7 is related to 1. So in this set there are all the members which relate to that 1, and we have seen a theorem which says that if two members are equal, if two members are related, then these will be in the same class. So the class of 1 will be equal to the class of 4, and so on. We can see that these all the classes of all these members will be equal to 1, and the classes of all these members will be equal to the class of 2. Notice that every integer is in class 0, 1 or 2. Hence the distinct equivalence classes are x belong to integer x is equal to 3k for some integer k, and then x is equal to 3k plus 1 and x is equal to 3k plus 2. और ये बात हमें यहाँ से भी समझ में आ जाती है कि अगर हम रिमाइंडर के ज़रिए से इस चीज़ को चेक करना चाहें तो रिमाइंडर की बुनियाद पे ये क्लासेस बनाई जाती हैं. तो जो हमारे पास हमारे पास क्लास है उसमें जो रिमाइंडर है वो हमारे पास 0 है, एंड देन वी हैव 1 एंड देन वी हैव 2, और यही 3 रिमाइंडर हैं. जब भी हम किसी नंबर को डिवाइड करें 3 से तो हमारे पास जो रिमाइंडर आएंगे वो यही 3 होंगे, 0, 1 एंड 2, और यही इसकी जो है ये क्लास से बनेगी. नाउ वी सी हियर वी हैव ओनली दीज 3 डिस्टिंक्ट equivalence classes, and after combining these classes or taking the union, we see that we get the whole set of integers, and we can also see that, check that when we take the intersection of any two of them, we will get the empty result. So these two conditions shows that these equivalence classes are a partition of the set of integers. So we can say here that the equivalence classes, when we collect all the equivalence classes, they will partition the given set. Now we see another example of congruence modulo n is an equivalence relation. So we see that whenever we take a congruence modulo n, it will give us an equivalence relation. If n is any integer, then n is if n is any integer with n is greater than 1, congruence modulo n is an equivalence relation on the set of all integers. The distinct equivalence classes of the relation are the sets starting from 0, 1, 2 and up to n minus 1, where for each a, which is 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1, the class of a will be all the elements in the set of integers such that that element is congruent to a mod n. So we are taking all those elements which are congruent to a mod n. Or equivalently, we can say that the class of a is equal to m belong to set of integers such that m is equal to a plus k into n for some integer k. Now we need to prove that these relation will be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So first we see what will be the proof of reflexivity. Suppose a is any integer. To show that a is congruent to a mod n, we must show that n divides a minus a. But a minus a is equal to 0 and n divides 0 because 0 is equal to n dot 0. Therefore, we can say that a is congruent to a mod n. So reflexivity जो है वो easy है. Reflexiveness को हमने चेक किया यहाँ पे, वो क्योंकि a जो है वो आप इसमें अपने ही आप से कॉन्ग्रुएंट होगा मॉड n के तहत. जब हम माइनस करेंगे उससे तो हमारे पास 0 आ जाएगा और 0 जो है वो किसी भी नंबर से डिविजिबल है सिवाय 0 के. Now we go to the proof of symmetry. So symmetric को प्रूफ करने के लिए suppose a and b are any integers such that a is congruent to b mod n, we must show that b is congruent to a mod n. But since a is congruent to b mod n, then n divides a minus b. और अब हमें बताना है कि n जो है वो b minus a को भी डिवाइड करता है. So we use the definition of divisibility and we get a minus b is equal to n into k for some integer k, and then we have multiplied both sides of the equation by minus 1 and we get minus into a minus b is equal to minus into n multiplied by k, and then we get b minus a is equal to n into minus k. And by using the definition of divisibility, we see here that n divides b minus a. And so by the definition of congruence modulo n, b is congruent to a mod n. And lastly, we prove the transitivity of this relation. Suppose a, b and c are any integers such that a is congruent to b mod n and b is congruent to c mod n, we must show that a is congruent to c mod n. So since we know that a is congruent to b mod n, we can write n divides a minus b, and also b is congruent to c mod n, so we have n divides b minus c. As we know that if m divides k and m also divides p, then M divides the sum of K and P. So if N divides A minus B and N divides B minus C, so N must divide the sum of A minus B plus B minus C, and we see here that B is cancelled with the negative B and we get A minus C here. So N is now dividing A minus C, and by using the definition of congruence modulo, we get A is congruent to C mod N. Therefore, congruence modulo N relation is an equivalence relation.